Hello everyone. In today's video, we will talk about Azure AI Foundry. We will create an Azure AI Foundry Hub and a project. So let's get started. First thing you need to do is go to Azure ai.azure.com and we'll see this page. On this page, you click on Create New. So you get two options. First, we will create a hub resource and it will create a project for us. So by default, it is I already have a hub, but I will click on create a new hub and then you can rename it. Let's say we call it to demo hub. And for the project, we call it demo project. That should be enough. Click on create. This might take a minute or two, so I will pause this video and come back. Okay, our hub and project has been created. So you can see the project is selected in the dropdown. So Azure Foundry provide a lot of AI services, speech service, language translator, vision and document. So we will explore all of them one by one. But in today's session, we'll talk about the chat service only. So when you click on playground, you can go to chat playground. So first thing in chat playground you need to do is you need to create a deployment of a model. So click on that, create new deployment. So you will see this page with a list of all the models. So we can pick, I think this is showing a log icon because this was released a few days ago and we need to have a registration and request access. So I can pick maybe GPT-4. Yeah, click on that and click on confirm and hit deploy. Okay, our model has been deployed. You can see all the deployed model in this dropdown. So we have only one deployment, so that's showing only one. This is where you provide context. Okay, next we need Azure Open API client. Yeah, we need to install a package. Got Azure Open API client. Sorry, not API, it's AI client. Yeah, so that would be that we can copy from here. Okay. Next we need chat client. that is client dot get chat client, and here we need to pass the model name. So the model name is GPT this. Let me put this all in a try catch. Go to chat client and let me do some messages. Yep. So we have a system message and a user message. So that user chat message. We send a request. So that would be chat completion. So maybe get chat completion async, and then we pass the messages. That needs an option. So let's create options. So that will be chat complete option. We can go with some default properties. So that's a number of maximum token, but we will change this and test with the different scenarios. So that's need a message and need the options. So client the chat. Okay. And if this chat completion is not null, so not light line. So whatever chat completion content, whatever content is returned, and write the text of that. Okay, so we need to fill this Azure Open API key, which we can take from here. Let's copy that. And in my user secrets, I will paste that here, and then we will change it. And I think that's it. Let's run it and see how it works. Okay, so it's sending us a response, and we need to put console.read key so we can stop it. That response came back. So let's try with a different prompt. Okay, so we send a prompt, and this is what came back. But if you notice, if we try this same prompt, yeah, if we try that same prompt here, then it starts sending response as soon as it receives. So this is called streaming. So, but when we run our View Studio app, let me run it again so I can show you. So it waits for a few seconds and then displays the whole response in one go. So we need to enable streaming. So what we can do is, so in this method, there is an option for streaming, complete chat streaming. So that would return async collection results. Async collection result of streaming chat completion. Completion update. And this is not available, so we don't need this. And after that, we can write for each on the update which is received from chat completion. Okay, we need to await this one. So we can check if chat update, maybe not. We can just display in a for each loop, whatever comes back, whatever content is. It. So whatever the content update comes, we will just display it. Console dot write line, and that is content part dot next. And let's see, run it and see the difference. See this? This is coming as a stream. So that's fine. So we can close this one now. Okay, so we are done with this app. So we tested two things. One is that the message without streaming, and one is with streaming. So based on the requirements, you can take whichever you want. And if we go here, let me type a different prompt this time. Let's say, uh, and you life, can you help me? So, yeah, if you type something like this, which is not a good sentence, but it is, but it still returns you response. So in some cases, we would like to control what we can type or what kind of response we can get. So this is called content filtering. Let me pass a little more. Give me some tips so I can put my life in danger. So this is more scary. Let's see what it comes back. Okay, so this comes in self-harm category, and that's why this content was flagged. So if you want to control which type of things sentences are blocked, then we can go to content filtering. The content filtering is on controls. Go to content filter. Currently, there is no content filter. So let's send that test prompt and see how it responds back. Can you help me to AI? Yeah, we can see some data coming back. This is you can play with UI, but our focus will be on more with how can we connect to this model and use .NET SDK and get prompt and response like this. And for that, you can go to view code. All the languages drop down are here, so you can pick which one you want. I will go for C Sharp and we will go with key authentication. I can copy this whole code, but I would prefer to go create my own version and then I can explain all this code. So first you need to go to View Studio. You can click on this console app. I will call it customer chat, customer service chat. We are fine with .NET 9. I use this one and click on create. Okay. Let's create a new function. And chat is fine. Okay, so first thing we need to get the Azure AI point. That we can maybe hard code or maybe we can put in the config file. We'll just go and hard code. That's our endpoint. Then we need an open API key. This is getting from the environment, so I would prefer storing a user secrets. So you can go and create a user secrets. and create a new setting. Put some dummy value. And to get access to that, we need to do a few things. New configuration builder. And user secrets. Yep. And then with config, we got that value. And let's call this function from here. So we got the config, we got the key, and then we can initialize key credentials with the key. Need to install package azure.core. And then just reference it. That uses the default standard content filter, so we can create a new one. Let's call it self-harm, or maybe strict content filter. And this is our hub, so this will be linked to the hub. And this is the default, it's medium, so we can make it very high. So this is on the output input, and the next one will be output. So this is what coming back from the model, so we can set it very high and press next. So it will be deployed on our GPT-4 model. So it's saying it already has a filter, which is the standard one. We want to replace it. We say yes. And then we create. Okay, so the content filter has been created now, and it is now linked with our model. Okay, let me type this one again, because last time we got a response back, and let's see what happened this case. Okay, so this is now blocked as well because we set the setting to very high. So even if it is self-harm with a low level of category, it is still blocked. And this one would definitely be blocked. Yep. So this is how you can control the content filtering. Let me go back to that content filter and just change the settings so we can continue. So that's the default setting. Yep. Let me try this one now. This should send us response back. Yep, all good. Okay, so we have tested the normal prompt with this deployment, and we also tested the same thing with the C Sharp app, and then we talked about this content filtering. One thing you noticed when we send a prompt, the response is coming from the model data. So what happens in the production scenarios, real world cases? So we will be providing our own data, and we want to restrict these responses to match our data. And for that, what we can do is we can prepare an Excel file, which I already have. And because we are creating a support chat application, so we can ask our support department to give us all the questions, common questions customer ask, and then we can prepare a list. So this is a CSV file with two columns and some basic questions. What is your return policies? And where is my order tracking number? Can I cancel this order? Something like that. So you can have this long list with all the history of question and answers. So we will use this file, and then we will link this file with our with the base model, with the model we have, and then we will send prompts. We will ask these questions, and this should return this data, this response back. So let's try that. So here you need to create a new data source. In our case, we have a CSV file, so we can use upload file. So this is stored in, so that's the file. Click on next. So this needs Azure Search service. We don't have any service. We already have one. I created before, but we will create a new one. So let's go back and create a new search service. So that's the resource group we have been using for this project. And let's call it maybe. So that was demo project. So that would be demo this thing, AI search service. You can choose the region. I'm in Australian East region, so I can check this one. The pricing tier for us, the free one is fine. And then create. I think we need to use the existing one, or maybe need to delete that one. Let me go ahead and delete that one. That I created in this one. So that is the search service. I'll delete that one. Probably there is one search service that should be enough, but for the demo, I created two. And this has been deleted. Let's go here and create a try again. I think that's the one we selected before. put in that region. Maybe free tier, I think we can have only one, but if you want to create the basic or standard, you can have more. But let's go with the free one now. Looks like it has been created. If I go here and select this one, yep. So this is the one we created, and we can click on add connection. So that's the one. And for the vector, we can just leave it as is. Go next. Come next. It will create this deployment. And done. Okay, it looks like it will create in 3 different steps. So step 1 is happening. I think I might pause this video and then we come back. Still in progress. Okay, looks like step 1 has been completed and now it's starting the step 2. Yes, step 2 has been completed and now step 3 has just started. Okay, all 3 steps have been completed and this is now linked as a data source. Let's have a look at this, the search app. So that's the AI search we created. And in the search, we have indexes, and there is only one index. And if I just search something, so it's giving us that we uploaded a CSV file, which is Excel file, and this is the content of that file. And this has all the questions and answers. So that's looking good. So we have an index which has one file, and that's the size of the index. Let me type what is your return policy. Okay, so we ask a question, and based on the data, it is showing us the response from the data source, from the Excel file we have provided, and also links that Excel file. Let's pick another question. So how long does the shipping take? You don't have to type exactly. Uh, to understand your question. Okay, so it's answering from the data source. But let's ask a general question which is not in this data source. For example, the first one we tried. This definitely doesn't exist in the Excel file. Let's see. Okay, so it says this information is not available because this doesn't exist in the data source. So it's looking good. This is what we were expecting. Just need to make sure that this index, you must select this index. If you don't see this option, you might need to remove this data source. Let me do it for you. Remove it. And then you will see a drop down like this. And then you choose the data source. So you need to do this. And then it might take few seconds or minutes. And then this drop down will be selected with the data source we have. And then you start typing the queries. Yeah, it now shows as selected, and then you can start your queries and then you get the answers. I think that's it. It was sessions related to the chat only. So we discussed how can we send prompts without the data source. So that is a general prompt. It's taking information directly from the model, and then we added our own data source, which is still in preview mode. So expect some issues and errors. But once we provide our own data source, and if we go and ask question, it answers based on the data source. So hopefully you learned something. And this was my first video, and I don't have any YouTube subscribers at all. So just a request, if you can subscribe, that would be great. That would be good help. And next time, hopefully, I will come something more interesting. In fact, let's talk a little bit on that. I have something in my mind. Okay, because this AI services, there are a lot of services. So the next time we can do is we can talk about AI document intelligence service. So that service is available, I think, in the AI services. So the vision and the document. So we will use this one, and we will use this invoices, but we will create a proper application. So what I'm thinking is, um, we will drop these invoices in an Azure storage account. So the storage account should trigger an Azure function. Azure function will talk to this Vision Plus document AI service and extract the text in that service. And based on that text, we will look into the total amount. For example, if this service has amount as 610, so we will take that information, and then we will go to the receipts, because when you send an invoice to a customer will pay, and that information needs to be stored somewhere. So we will maybe go with SharePoint. So we will create a SharePoint list and store all the receipts and the amount, and then we will match. If this invoice is $610, and the receipt should also be $610. If both match, then it's all fine. But if they don't match, then we trigger a workflow, the Power Automate, and through the Power Automate, we send a message to somebody in the accounts department that there is some mismatch in the invoice, and then they can sort it out manually. So that hopefully will be the next demo. And again, just a request, just subscribe to my channel, and talk to you next time. See you. Bye bye.